Okay. All right, all right, all right. Sorry if first of all, like we begin all streams, can you hear me okay? Am I coming through? How are we feeling today? Sure can. Okay, great. Oh, I'm doing a lot better, as a matter of fact. Let me just turn this up a little bit. Haven't had the need of a fever reducer in well over 2 days. And I think I sound a lot better as well. Even think I look a little better. So I'm ready to kick some ass tonight. Just gonna wait a moment, see if anybody else logs in. Good, glad to hear it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sunflower. Oh, okay. Well, I think I've waited long enough. Let's just get right into it. Like I said, there really isn't much of this game left. Um, there's really just the final boss, and that's it. There might be some more plot exposition to come up later, but other than that, we're pretty much done. Final boss time, exactly. How are we doing tonight, Meltdown? Oh, all right, here we go, here we go, here we go. For all the dreamers, our planet's stream is not over yet. 36 hours to go. Message Siku, but I don't, if he's asleep. Oh, I hope he doesn't miss because, he's been a part of this since pretty much the beginning. And I just swap in disc 2. Oh, yeah. I was going to miss the stream for a bit, reading for class, got worried there. Yeah, I understand. So they said to go back to the beginning of the game where this all began with the time egg in tow. I wonder if they meant this world or the other world. I guess there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Give me just a moment here. I'm just checking the state of the stream. Yeah, and everything seems to be all okay. So, hey, who are you guys? Is that Luca from Chrono Trigger? It is. And Chrono's here too. And so is Marley. For those of you that don't know, these are all characters from the first Chrono game. Sort of chilling out on the beach. I'm gonna save real quick. Very interesting because it's sort of been established that they've been dead and that they died. Give me just a moment. I'm making some updates to a few things in the elements here. Apparently there's 2 endings to this game. And in order to get them, we have to set things up in a certain way. I'm just gonna go for it and see what happens. There's actually 12 endings in this game, but you can't unlock the other 10 without getting at least one of the first 2. Yeah, in case a lot of people don't know about this Sunflower, but Chrono Trigger was one of the first games to introduce New Game Plus, which is now pretty ubiquitous across, video games as a whole. So that's why Chrono Trigger will always be an important game, just if no other reason than for that reason. Alright, let's see what Luca and the gang have to say for themselves. So you finally made it, Serge. When did this sorry tale all begin? Was it 10 years ago where you almost drowned here? Or was it 14 years ago when you were wounded by that panther demon that attacked you, resulting in you being carried to Chronopolis, where you came into contact with fate in the frozen flame? Or perhaps it was even 2,400 years in the future, when the time crash hurled Chronopolis back to prehistoric times. Or even it could have been 12,000 BC when an ancient magical kingdom met its end after trying to use Lavos. Each is close to being correct, and yet at the same time so far from the right answer. The true beginning was during the destruction of the ancient kingdom of Zeal. As the palace collapsed around her, Princess Shala was sucked into a dimensional vortex, along with the Lavos Mammon machine. Shala and Lavos became unified into one even more powerful entity that would evolve into the Devourer of Time. Filled with hatred and sadness of Lavos, half of Shala's mind set to destroying all of existence. Yet at the same time, the other half of her mind desired to save the universe and to be rescued herself. As Shala fell through the time gate in this condition, she heard your crying echoing through time. That is when her story and yours began to intertwine. It is also when the past and the future began to intersect, and the world became divided into 2. Led by the pitiful crying of the young Surge, made as the Panther Demon's poison took hold of him. Princess Shala traveled 10,000 years in time to try to make contact with this dimension. This caused a raging magnetic storm that resulted in Fate's system malfunction, which led Surge to the frozen flame. Yes, Surge. The sound of your crying touched the heart of Princess Shala. This is a lot of info that they just snuck into the final 20 minutes of this game. Before the destructive mindset could become dominant, she cloned herself and sent her copy into this dimension. Shala left her baby daughter clone with her ancient pendant, possessing magical powers. Next thing you're going to be telling me is that, Lynx was actually Xehanort the whole time, game. I swear. This was to safeguard her daughter clone in life and death situations. The pendant would rewind time a little, sending her daughter clone to a safer point in the immediate past. That's right, Kid is Shala's daughter clone. You're wrong. I'm me. I'm no Shala's daughter or clone. Yes, that's right, Kid, if that's how you feel. I think Princess Shala would have wanted it to be that way, too. Okay. And now about Project Kid, the time control Project Balthazar planned out. The whole project existed to lead you to this one special point in time. The founding of Chronopolis, the time crash, and the battle between Fate and the Dragon Gods. It was all coordinated so that you would get your hands on the Chrono Cross and come to this place. Boy, that's a really convoluted plan that you had there. Of course, Kid was not to know anything about this whole plan until later when all this will finish. Further in the future, Kid is meant to travel back 10 years in time from now to save Surge from drowning. And then Kid was also meant to call Surge into the other world as he spoke with Lena here on Opasa Beach. You're our last hope, our final chance. Only you, who came into contact with Shala and Kid, Shala's clone daughter, can do it. In the darkness that exists on the other side of time, Shala has been integrated with the Devourer of Time. Please, Surge, release Princess Shala from the binds of that monster and her own hatred. Show us, the life forms that exist on this planet, what our new future will be. Sorry for making you sad, Kate. You seem to no longer want to exist in this time. You see, we no longer exist in this timeline. But it's a relief to see that you've grown into such a fine-looking lady. But, of course you're beautiful. After all, you are the great Luca's little sister. Sis. Well, good luck! You give it your best shot. Slow down, Kid. My brain, please. Show us the life for... Okay. Okay, she's just gonna repeat things. All right. Okay. Okay, stop talking. Thank you. Okay, I guess I better talk to Chrono next? Yeah, let's do that. Where even angels lose their way. 10 years ago, you died at this very spot. There's no mistake. You drowned. I drowned in inch-deep water, it looks like. The truth is, this world in which you are still alive is the irregularity. This is the false reality. 10 years ago, it was Lynx who tried to kill you at this beach. After Prometheus broke the link between Fate and the Flame, Fate tried to eliminate any obstacle that stood in its way. Yeah, Surge can't swim at all. In the meantime, the Six Dragons had sent Harley forth to try and gain possession of the flame. Okay, this is where Harley came into all this. Harley made contact with Fate's biological incarnation, Lynx, and tricked him into temporarily joining forces. The elimination of the Prometheus circuit's lock on the frozen flame was everyone's top priority. Lynx and Harley abducted Luca, who alone could release the Prometheus lock that guarded the flame. But the whole attempt only ended in failure. Then they just waited for you to appear instead. You see, Fate calculated that you would one day cross the dimensions to try to make contact with the flame. I don't know how to break this to you, but Lynx was actually your father, Wazuki. You know, game, you might want to have told me that a little bit sooner. Drawing closer to the flame caused him to become unstable, and the image of you dying in terror changed him completely. Finally, after having his psyche totally eroded, he lost his soul and was easily integrated by Fate. Fate turned Wazuki into a biological interface, modeling him after your worst fear at the time, a panther. Although Wazuki managed to escape from Chronopolis with you, he later completely succumbed to Fate. Humans are such fragile, disjointed, imperfect things. Love and hate, life and death. Perhaps even Fate itself dreamed of using the flame to someday reincarnate itself as a new species. It's quite sad, really. It's like when you gaze into the flame gazes into you. Anything else you would like to tell me? Up to decide how you want to live. You are the new Chrono Trigger. Haha, he said the thing! Okay, I better talk to Marley next. A new species about to be born on this planet. An alien life form even more evolved than the old Lavos. At the darkness beyond time, the weakened Shala came under the influence of Lavos and the two became one entity. It is now up to you, the one whom the frozen flame has chosen as its arbiter. You alone can decide how the new Lavos, which has encaged Shala within it, will evolve from here. Your actions will determine whether the future of all time is devoured by Lavos, sending the world into everlasting death. Balthazar foresaw this was going to happen in his world in the year 2300. And he determined to prevent that from happening, no matter what it took. The Chrono Cross. It alone can combine the sounds of the planet and the six types of elements produce. The melody and harmony that brim within all life forms. Use the Song of Life to heal her enmity and suffering. We entreat you, Surge, please save Shala. Well, alright then. No pressure, guys. Here we go. That's the Chrono Cross. Oh, so that's what the time egg looks like. So we got to use the time egg on this, apparently. No beginning and known end. To the darkness of time! The final gate which leads to the darkness of time. Looks like this is finally it. Come on! It's time for this chapter to end and create a brighter future. Come on, Surge, me mate! You don't want to keep the girl waiting any longer. She's been waiting for you and only you, and for 10,000 years, I might add. 10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck. If the world's going to be destroyed, then let it be destroyed. If history's going to be changed, Then let it bloody well be changed. I'll show you what radical dreamers really dream about. Bring it on! Chala did not look like that in Chrono Trigger. It's final boss time. So, basically, what we've got to do here is we've got to use our elements in a certain order and then use the Chrono Cross. And that order is, well, we start with yellow. And then we do red. Now understand we're not actually actively trying to kill Lavos here. If we kill him through if we kill the Time Devourer through physical means, we get the bad ending. And we don't want that. So next is green. And we screwed up. Okay, we'll try again. Yellow. Dang it, we did something. Yeah, we're gonna probably have to... There's probably gonna be a lot of false and restarts in this. Okay, once again, yellow. Red. Blue. At least I think it was blue. Nope, I screwed up again. Running away. It's the final boss bound to happen. I'll be back. Need to go to the element store real quick. You know, this is kind of silly. It's kind of silly you can just run away from the final boss and go to the friggin' 7-Eleven to pick up a few things to fight him. Let's make sure everybody has access to blue. Here we go. He can't hurt us too badly. I'm far too strong for that, but this is not one of those fights that you are supposed to win through physical means. So... why can't I... Yes. So basically, like I said, you just want to take the first couple of turns, build up a few things. Now we'll try it. Okay, yellow. And then some red. After that is blue, I believe. No, it's actually green. Okay, use green attack. Then blue. Then we want black. Dang it. He's got over 17, he's got about 17,000 HP, so it is okay if we mess up a little. There we go. Okay, so yellow, and then red. And then green. Don't think I got some green here. And then blue. And now we need black. I should have just defended, because now I gotta start over. That was just to get everybody healed up. I run away again. This is the worst. We might actually be here 3 hours. To the darkness of time we go. Shit. Okay, here we go. Let's try again. I don't know why they designed it this way, to be honest with you. I liked it much better when we did it with Earthbound. Like, Earthbound did this whole non-combat thing a lot better, in my opinion. Could you just hit, please? Hit, please? Hit, please. Dang it! Get off. Alright, we got everybody up. Let's begin. Electrojolt. Yellow. And then red. Then blue. No, it was green. I needed green. I already screwed up. Gotta run away again. He who lives and runs away. He who fights and runs away gets to live to run away again, as Jack Sparrow said. And if he didn't say that, he should have. To the darkness of time with thee. Feel like it's something he'd say. All right. It's going to hit us with the tornado attack. All right, here we go. You defend. Electrojolt. Tablet for red. And then hit him with the green. Blue. I gotta do it again. So, chat, how are you all tonight? Oh, now he decides to do it. Doing pretty good. All right. Glad to hear it. Okay, so he's hit us with yellow attack, which is good. Because now I can follow it up with red. I believe it's red. Yeah, it's red. Okay. And then green. Then Sulu. followed by black. White. Hit him! Hit him! And at last, the Chrono Cross. We did it! Boy, all that just to save a minor character from the first game. So pretty, though, it is. Now, this is lovely. I have been waiting an eternity just for this very moment. Meaninglessly hurting one another, the disappearing life forms. The words that become deleted, the thoughts that become buried, the pool of cells that slowly evaporate, the echoes of consciousness that slowly fade. Love to hate, hate to love. Why are we born? Why do we die? Evolution? The survival of the fittest? What is there to be achieved from harming one another, killing one another? The eggs that we call planets, the innumerable spermatozoa, which gather around these that we call life forms. When one of those countless seeds inseminates a planet, a new universe is born. What are you talking about, game? But until that occurs, hundreds of millions of years will pass and innumerable life forms will be born, then die. That is the be-all and end-all. Everything exists for that one moment, all so that the universe can evolve into the next dimension. Does that make us all just pawns? Are each of our short lives nothing but a cheap sacrifice, so that the one chosen life form can be born? No, that is not the case. Each and every one of us has a chance of becoming that one chosen life form, which which inseminates a planet. Yes, it could be you! Genes and environment. Each of us tries to do his best under the limited conditions we are each dealt. Each life form that attempts to eke out a decent life for itself forms a link in the golden chain that leads to the creation of a new universe. And tell you who won't be getting snaps at the Slam Poetry Showcase. If one link is missing, there will be no future. There is no such thing as a useless life form. No such thing as a pawn. Pretty based thoughts, game. Pretty based thoughts. Every single thing in the universe of nature is perhaps just dreaming. Is perhaps just dreaming a dream of life. All of them are also perhaps more than a dream dreamt by the planet before it is born. Oh, but yes, eventually all dreams will return to Zervan, to the Sea of Dreams. Surge. Don't go yet, Surge. It's all right. Everything is all right now. Time, which has been divided, will be unified again now. The time for farewells has come. You will lose all memory of this whole adventure and return to your own time. But this time you'll be able to live your own life. Yes, I'll continue to follow my brother's footsteps as a great dragoon. Good luck to you, Surge. I look forward to the next time we meet. We alone do not have the power to heal the world's woes, or to solve all of its mysteries, and yet even then... It was bloody good knowing you, mate. Thanks for being born you, Surge. I guess now's the time to say, see you later, mate, but I'll find you, sometime, somewhere. I'm bloody sure of it. No matter the time period, no matter the world you live in, I'll find you. I'm sure I'll find you. So Kid's gonna continue looking for us, even after all this. Okay, I see what you're putting down, game. Surge. Surge. Hey, Surge! Hey, it's Lena. Hey, remember Lena? Are you alright? What's the matter? It's not gonna talk about Harley. Don't scare me like that. You just passed out all of a sudden. What? Terra Tower? Fate? What are you talking about? We just got... I'm sorry. This is like that meme that I see all the time. You know, it's like, man, you really took a bump on the head there. What? World War III? COVID? Election cycles? What are you talking about? It's 2006. Let's go play some Twilight Princess or something like that. You know, those memes? This is what this is reminding me of. You got some Komodo scales for me. Don't you remember? You sound confused. Come on, Serge. Get with the program. Our summer's just started. It looks like my summer vacation is over. Don't you dare! Thus the curtain closes on another tale. An eternity has passed. Fleeting dreams fade into the distance. All that is left now is me and my memories. I'm sure we'll meet again. Someday, you and I. Another place, another time. It's just that we might not realize that you are you and I am me. Let us open the door to the great unknown, come across another reality, and live another today. Even when the story has been told, life goes on. Until we meet again. Take care of yourself, my friend. Forever yours, Shala Kid Zeal. Wait, did Surge marry Kid? Is that what I'm looking at here with this photograph? Well, that's the game, I'm pretty sure. Yep, there's the credits. Is that what they imply? It looks that way. Wait, classroom? So, overall final thoughts. This was a great game. Got a little convoluted at the end of it, but overall, really good. I feel pretty good about this game, actually. Very fun combat system. Lots of different ways to play it. Chain link fence. Is that supposed to be Kid? It's really good. Only thing wanting to see was Harley. Hey, there's Harley. Public poll. What is going on with these credits? I guess Harley was not meant to be. There's Harley again. Wait, that's a girl dressed up as Kid, just walking around. Is that supposed to be Kid searching for Surge across the universe and the multiverse? Cosplayer walking up the hill. What kind of Neon Genesis Evangelion crap is this? I wonder where she is today, the woman that dressed up as Kid for these scenes. I mean, this game's only about 22 years old. She should still be alive. Does she know what she took part in? How monumental this game was for some people? Pixar? Wait, Pixar worked on this game? What? Why is she just standing there? I got so many questions for this ending. I will find you, even if I have to search the world over, sometime, somewhere, I'm sure. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. I don't know, man. Like that was a quite a bold choice. It's a bold strategy. Let's see if it pays off. Yeah, I better save the game. Was there ever a game after this one? Oh, my sweet summer child, no. Square trademarked a game called Chrono Break around 2002, but then they let the copyright slide around 2007. There's been since about a new Chrono game. And you don't and after this ending, I'm upset that there was never another one. I better save the game. Do I get a little? Yep, I do. Got a little star next to the block. It says I beat the game. Yay. I'm gonna have to like hit up forums and stuff after the stream to hey, that's pretty cool. They changed up the background from where I beat the game. That's pretty neat. Hmm. Wonder what else is new. What happens if I open the game? Oh, I just open up New Game Plus. Oh, I can even continue. I'll have to investigate that later. But that was Chrono Cross, guys. What did you guys think? Did you enjoy it? I did. I thought it was great, personally. Okay, really enjoyed it. It was fun to watch. Good, I'm glad. Only we still have about an hour and 50 minutes of streaming time. So, what do you want me to stream next, chat? I'll leave it in your very capable hands. Um, Let me just show you what I've got on here. I prefer to not. I'm gonna have to like exit out of this stream and boot up another game here in a minute just for archiving purposes. But I'm gonna stream whatever you want me to, chat. Let me just show you some options that we got here. Well, I could start up Chrono Cross again. I don't think you want me to do that though. Xenogears is a game I'm sort of playing by myself right now. Uh, Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage, Tomb Raider, Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen, Medal of Honor, Symphony of the Night, Final Fantasy IX, Medal of Honor Underground, Resident Evil Director's Cut, Crash Bandicoot, Toy Story 2, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Metal Gear Solid, Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 2, Parasite Eve, Persona 2, Legend of Dragoon, Metal Gear Solid VR missions, Silent Hill, Mega Man X5, Suikoden, Tomba 2, Grad School Needs Your Attention. That's my favorite game. Uh, all right, Meltdown, that's fine. Uh, Mega Man X4, Siphon Filter, Wild Arms 2, Klonoa, Door to Phantomile, Breath of Fire 4, Suikoden 2, Legend of Menomina. Have fun, friends. Okay. So it's really up to what you guys want to do. I'm cool with whatever. So yeah, to be honest, I want to see you play Tomba or Earthbound. Okay, okay. I'll boot that up right away. Actually, I'm gonna stop streaming right now, and then I'm gonna switch over to Earthbound. I suppose mostly because I've still got title cards for Earthbound up and running. So don't you all go away. We'll be back momentarily. But I am going to end the stream now. And as always, if you're watching the as and like always with everything else, archive's going to be up on my YouTube channel later. Please subscribe to that if you haven't done so already. I'll see you next time. Peace.